Good morning and good afternoon, depending on wherever you at. The time is recording. This is episode 156 of the Restricted Zone podcast, man. We're back with another basketball action-packed episode. But before we dive into the episode, Kendrick, introduce yourself to the people, man.
You already know who it is. It's the smartest man in the podcast.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
here to, just drop some knowledge. That's all.
Come on, man. Dropping some knowledge. Chris, introduce yourself to the people, man, the RZP fans, man.
You feel me? The man, the myth, the legend. I'm back. Got to
Yes,
school
sir.
some fools on some basketball knowledge tonight, but it's gonna be a nice little episode. It's gonna be a nice little chill one. So we hope you
Yes.
enjoy it.
Man, I'm so pumped up for this episode, man. In the middle of the playoff action, the Celtics right now, as we speak, at the time of this recording, Celtics leading the Heat 68-46 at halftime. So yeah, man, Heat looks like pretty much, I guess they're done, right? No more. Yeah, it's over for them. It's over, Kent. It's over, Chris. You don't think the Heat, Tyler Hero?
I mean, did they ever really have a chance? No, let's just think about it. Did they ever really have a chance? Yes, they won game 2, which I thought was hilarious. And of course, I thought it would be the laugh of this playoffs if the Celtics were to lose without Jimmy Butler. But when you lose your best scorer and your second best scorer ain't scoring efficiently, there's
Okay,
only so much you can do.
that's true.
What I think is really hilarious about the whole series, just when you look at the box scores or just look at the final scores itself, Jimmy Butler's averages would eliminate the blowouts that had been happening.
That's true.
Literally, he would eliminate it. So it's like, I mean, you could only do so much. They went down swinging. That's all I can say.
They
And you're
ain't go
not
down
wrong.
swinging hard enough.
That
I mean, listen, man, listen. Let's just say we bad. Let's just say we in a baseball game.
They just missing them
I'm
on
just
late. That's all.
listen, man. If I'm missing my cleanup hitter, the best hitter in my lineup, yeah, but it's gonna be a big impact.
it's cool. Well, it looks like the Heat may be out. So, but we gotta talk about. Listen, a lot of playoff basketball. First round still going. The Thunder advance, Minnesota advance, and that kind of leads into the first segue of the topic of this episode. The Suns got swept, guys, and I'm gonna be real with you. It's still kind of unreal a little bit, but it's the reality. Before the season, no one had the Suns get swept, and let alone get swept in the first round. Maybe you did, Chris. I don't know. But I didn't have them getting swept. Did you have them getting swept, Kendrick, in the first round going into the season?
Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
I don't know. So, but now they got swept. So what's next for KD Book?
Oh,
I don't even want to say Bradley Bill's name because he's just such an non-factor. But what's next for him, Chris? What's next for KD Book and Mr. Bill? Bradley
well,
Bill.
like you said, I mean, when the trade first happened and they were able to acquire both Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant,
I was hyped.
everybody's eyes lit up like, oh snap, it's almost like Brooklyn. You got 3 scores on the same team, and I looked at it as like, where's the rest of the team? Because remember, they wasted their depth to get Kevin Durant, and then they wasted Chris Paul and maybe some draft picks to get Bradley Beal. So now it was just, yes, you had 3 scores, but you didn't have a point guard, which I already knew was the first sign that something was gonna go wrong. They never had a point guard. You
Should have
can't.
kept John Wall.
Here's the thing. Can Devin Booker play point? I just skipped over that. I'm not worried about that. Devin Booker can play point guard, but he's not a point guard. Bradley Beal can play point guard, but he's not a point guard. So without the general, they were trying to create for themselves and others what they're just not used to doing, because all their lives, for the most part, they were scorers. They were the ones where you give me the ball and I'm gonna go get a bucket. They're the ones that set for other people. That was the first sign. Second sign, look at their bench. Like, let's just look at the bench for a second. The best player coming off the bench was probably Eric Gordon. I'm sorry to any Eric Gordon fans out there. If he's the best player coming off your bench, you're not going far to begin with. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just gotta let it be known. the team just wasn't constructed. It was literally constructed as you got these three high level scorers, and then you got the Phoenix Suns. What was that going to do? Now, granted, during the regular season when they faced the Timberwolves, they blew them out in two games, and I think won all the games they faced during the season. But you don't think the Timberwolves will keep a track of that? They probably won this matchup more than the Suns wanted this matchup. Just to be like, y'all might have beat us in the regular season, but this is when the games really matter. So let's see what you do. And they couldn't do anything. And because like we all see in the playoffs, the games get tighter. It's not going to be as free flowing or as high scoring as we see. Yes, we got games in the hundreds, but we're not seeing these outrageous scores like we were seeing, like the Pacers scoring almost 130 points a game during the regular season. We don't see stuff like that. So now it comes down to system. From the Suns games that I watched all year, I can never tell what the system was. It just seemed like, okay, Kevin Durant, you try to score this time. No, okay, Bradley Beal, you try to score. Devin Booker, you try to score. Plus, it didn't help that they all really didn't play together that much this year because Durant was dealing with injuries, Booker was dealing with injuries, and we know Bill was doing multiple injuries. And I feel like right now they're in a conundrum because you might have to move Kevin Durant or Bradley Beal, but it's like, does Kevin Durant really want to get traded again? Let's just think about this. Maybe he might, but does he really want to get traded again? And Bradley Beal has a no trade clause, so that's $50+ million for the next 3 years that's just gonna sit in your books unless you just pay him his money and tell him just leave. That's a lot of money to give up. So now you're still in a situation where you gotta sign veterans to veteran minimum deals. You gotta you're probably going to find a new coach, but I don't know what system 3 scoring guards and no point guard is going to work in. And like we talked about the other day when it came to what's more valuable, scoring or playmaking, this is a perfect example of why I feel like playmaking is more valuable. You had 3 elite scorers and you couldn't score. Just think about that. You know why? Because you didn't have anybody that could set them up. You didn't have anybody that can make their jobs easier. It's like, they were
Great
just
analysis,
outmatched.
Chris. Great analysis.
They were just outmatched. So, they got to go back to the drawing board. They got to figure out who's going to be the next head coach. But at the end of the day, they're going to be stuck because unless you move KD or Bill, you have nothing. And not only that, though, you can't build through the draft because you don't got a draft pick till the next decade. So, hey, man.
2029.
So, what you going to
Which is
do?
outrageous.
You just got to bite. You got to bite the bullet and just deal with it. Hey, man. I knew this. I knew it wasn't going to work because they didn't have a team. They just had 3 players.
Is
They'll
Frank
figure it
Vogel,
out.
before I swing it to Kendrick, is Frank Vogel, is that your coach moving forward next season? Or you just got to get him out of here?
You gotta. I mean, it could be a one and done. Because think about it, Frank Vogel was brought in for defense. But
None of
the
those guys
Suns were pretty bad at defense this year. They were in the bottom half in total defense. Excuse me. So when your calling card is defense and your team is unable to play defense, you might need to make a move. Because again, this team might need an offensive minded coach if that helps. I don't even know if that helps, but you need an offensive minded coach because you need to find out ways on how to set up Booker, Beal, and KD so they can all score. So they got a lot to figure out. But I'm just saying this: the future ain't looking too bright in Phoenix. But that's all I know.
Okay, Kendrick, I'm gonna swing it to you. Listen, before I even talk about what's next for the Suns in general, I'm hearing some rumors with the Knicks, potentially this offseason. Booker, they might be trying to see what they can do with that, see how they can make some move, and see how they could. They say they're willing to trade.
Isn't it every off season New York trying to get a star? I'm just saying. They try to get KD at a time. They try to get Bron. They try to get Donovan Mitchell.
This is a different Knicks team though. This is like a team like a star.
But it's still the Knicks organization trying to get a superstar. Like there's nothing new about that. It's the same thing constantly.
You don't.
I mean, there's a difference. They could get a chance to get somebody because they have been playing well.
Right.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like this is nothing new. This is not like a new thing that like, oh hey, let's go out and try and get this superstar. Let's go out and try and get this superstar. It's the same thing. They constantly do the same thing every offseason. And you know what? That's their job. We gotta go swing for the fences because we are in New York City. We play at Madison Square Garden. There's a lot of that's like
Maxi Square Garden.
You know, or you could say that. You could say that, depending on the type of fan you are.
Well, it's not gonna like
However, that's like when before crypto center came, you had a Staples Center. When you went to the Staples Center, you was like, I'm seeing the stars.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
You know what I'm saying?
And I see what you
So it's nothing new. I mean, listen, they can. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Knicks need to, because it's always nice to have a star on the team, help bring all around, bring the overall full circle, and they gotta just get rid of Julius Randle. That's then they're fine.
Listen,
But
we'll touch on the Knicks, so this is the part of the topic, but I'm gonna swing back to you. Suns, KD, Book, and Bill. Chris gave you his answer and his thoughts on. Hey, what's your thoughts and perspective on this? And what's the best thing they can do moving forward?
fire Frank.
That's off the rip. Just that's you didn't even think about it. You just fire Frank.
Yeah. Yo, they be restructuring contracts in the NBA. Like, I gotta know, because Bradley Beal really got highway robbery going on.
Wow. I don't even know what to say about Bill, because I really want to say injuries really played a massive part into his
I'm tired of that.
underperforming.
Listen.
So
he was hurt. He was hurt that last game. When they was like, Bill, we need your help, and you gave them what? Under 15 points? Was it under 15 points, or did he get 15 points? I'm saying I'm taking the under 15 points. But listen, Book put up 49. KD did 33. At the end of the day, game 4, 49, I'm pretty sure. KD had 33. Bradley Beal was supposed to come in with 25, 30. Gave him like 5, gave him 10. What is that, bro? You here to score, to get to a bucket. We ain't got no point guard, so we just go get a bucket, bro. We can't facilitate. We go to score. That's it. But nah, Chris was pointing on some very great takes. They didn't have a team. They had stars and players. Not even a team. They had stars and players. So, that does put them in a downfall. Not having any draft picks also put them in a major downfall. But you're gonna have to do a lot of signing, a lot of finessing, a lot of how we gonna make these dollars shake in front of these people, because it's like, how can we pay you? Who can we pay you? Or we just gotta take this L in the luxury tax, You gotta go all in to be all like, you just gotta go all in and be like, we gotta take this luxury tax on the chin, and if we win, we gotta just at least come out 1-2, at least 1-2 championships.
Man, the Suns. I just reports that the GM said that they weren't looking to change anything with the roster. They feel like they're pretty committed to them. It's not like they had a choice. I guess that's why they put it out there. Anyway.
I mean, I feel like that was the sense of the big three, not the full entire team, though.
Okay, you think that's okay? That's fair. That's fair.
So, Kendrick, just wanted to say I looked up for you real fast. Bradley Beal only had 9 points on 4-13 shooting in Game 4. For the series, he averaged 16 points on 44% shooting, which isn't bad, but when you're the third option,
it's not.
Exactly. You shouldn't be.
You're not doing
16.
your job.
We've seen what
you're not doing your job.
Bill. Seen what you could do, Bill.
Listen. It should be a stream. He should not be averaging under. Even with KD
20,
and
21.
Book, I give him under. He should have at least minimum 18, 19. You bucket. You can shoot. He's a shooter. Like, what? He can knock down threes. What happened? He just lost the ability to shoot threes.
He's great off the ball. That's crazy. That's
can't go catch and shoot.
That's so disappointing. How old is Book, man? Book been in the league since
27, 28.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many opportunities he's gonna have, man. But at this point, I hope he gets a ring. I hate for Book not to get a ring.
You acting like Book is KD age.
No, but man, listen, I thought Russ was gonna win a ring at some point, and I blinked and he was 34. I'm like, damn. But here we are. Listen, we're moving on to the next topic. We're sticking back to the playoffs, still on the playoffs, but we gotta talk about probably the most interesting playoff series, maybe two of the most interesting playoff series, but we're gonna keep it in the East first. New York versus Philly, man. I mean, listen, everybody counted this out. This guy right here at the bottom of the screen, for my projection, counted this out. He said it was
Whoa,
over.
whoa,
He ain't
whoa,
believing
whoa,
us.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
We
whoa.
was
Hold
dream
on, hold on,
chasing.
hold on.
We was
Wait a
dream
minute,
chasing.
wait a minute, wait a minute. If anybody actually paid attention to what I said when I predicted this, I said Knicks in 6 multiple times. So right now, my prediction can still come true. You
No,
feel me? I can
no,
still call it.
no, no.
Hey man,
But with
I
that
saw
being,
I saw I saw what happened the last time that y'all had a game 6 on home court.
stop. All right.
You
Well,
feel
listen.
me?
All right, listen. With that being said, we gonna wait, Chris. I know you about to say a lot. Just hold on. But listen. With that being said, I'm gonna say it to you, Kendrick, first. Before Chris, I'm gonna say it to Kendrick first, and then Chris is gonna bring his vibes later. Kendrick, what's your thoughts on this series so far? What do you think about? How many games you think this could? You think this is a 7 game series? The Sixers coming out with the win, or you think the Knicks prevail in the end after all? Just what's your thoughts?
I think they go to 7.
And Philly
You
wins, huh?
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say all that.
Can't
But
say nothing like that.
you know, I will say I feel like the series goes to 7. You know, because if there's one thing for certain, two things for sure.
What's that?
If at least Tyrese or Joel shows up, we got it in the bag. Like
Right.
there's that's where we're at on this series because we solely getting beat by Jalen Brunson. Like Jalen Brunson is solely beating us, and you know what?
Hmm.
I'm not mad at it because he has to do it, and he's
Right.
doing it.
Right.
We got a former the current reigning MVP at the moment, but won't be MVP again, and maybe next year when he's fully healthy. Maybe though. When we have him, still trying to recover from all the injuries and all the ailments that he has, and then it's kind of tough because like we kind of looked at him like, hey, listen, Joel, please do something in the playoffs for us, please and thank you. My
That's
man
true.
has been putting up Ben Simmons and James Harden numbers in the fourth quarter, and I'm not going to let that go
And
unsaid. It
OT.
has to be said. He's dropping 2 to 4.2.00. He's done that this series. He's done that in the first round, bro. And we gotta call him out because nobody allows Joel to take accountability because he cracks so many jokes. But they hold him. People outside of Philadelphia hold him accountable more so than not. And I see it. It's just because it's facts. Like back to the question at hand because I almost got off. Into a
Nah, I was
tangent.
gonna let you go ahead. I thought you was in your element. I was gonna let you.
Um. I will say the game goes to 7. I do say I think the Sixers will eke it out because I think the Sixers' strongest chance to get past the second round is still this year, based on the fact that if we go the way it works and has to go is we would have to go through the Knicks, and which was going to be a tough task regardless. But I had us edging out the Knicks.
Okay.
We're going to beat the Pacers because the Pacers at a certain point in time just don't play defense. And we play defense somewhat at times good enough where we can stop, we can slow down the team. So I feel like that would work in our favor versus going on to Bucks. Even though the Bucks is depleted and X, Y, and Z, if they were to come back in that second round fully healthy,
Yeah.
I'm saying we might as well pack our bags and head to Cancun.
Okay.
However, since that's not the case right now, this is our great chance. This is literally our one time to run and shine and take our opportunity and
Right.
make it to the Eastern Conference Finals finally again.
You think this the year though?
Yes, because of how it's laid out. We got the Knicks, and then we got I'm guaranteeing I'm feeling confident about the Pacers. So we have the Knicks right now.
Okay.
We should get that in 7,
Uh huh.
potentially.
Okay.
The Joel can come out and give us he can go
Yeah.
1 for 11 with 4 points, and he could also do that, and then we would just be like looking at each other stupid, you know. However, even if they go and do their job, this is their prime. This is their prime real estate to make it to at least the Eastern Conference Final, just to get that belt to ass treatment by the Celtics.
Ha.
Unless,
Okay.
unless we get real dangerous, and the Cavs upset the Celtics. Listen, at the end of the day, as long as the Celtics and the Bucks lose, the Sixers' chances of making it to the finals grows more and more and more and more.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that.
You know what? I like your analysis. It's really something that I can. Yeah, I do agree with you. I think I don't know about make us. I don't know. I've been disappointed too long, but I feel like this might be the year. I'm not.
No,
It's
not. This might be our year. This is our only shot.
That's not our only shot. Don't put a nail in the coffin on that. It ain't our only shot. We got, it's a lot to live for, Cash. It's a lot to live for. It ain't our only shot. It may not be this year, but that's okay.
Chris,
I love it.
Next year. Chris, I'm about to say this. Watch it.
You got the year after that.
Watch it. Hold on. I'm gonna let you slow your roll there, Bucko. Because we were talking about age, right? Because you were talking about Devin Booker, right? Being 27, thinking about Russ, like, damn, he's 34 now. So, listen. No. I'm not even talking about Maxey. I'm gonna swing it to the motherfuckers that play for Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum, he only 26 now, and he's been to the finals a couple of times. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really not looking good as long as that good brother right there is still hooping with the Celtics, and they still got that core together.
Okay.
It's not looking good. If the Bucks still got this short little window of with Dame and Giannis, they can always have Giannis and bring someone else in.
Right.
They can always just interswap a Dame Lillard,
Okay.
It's not. I understand that's kind of crazy. You might think I'm crazy to say that, but I'm just talking about in the sense like finding a new scorer, finding that scoring threat, or they can go back to the other route, how they were defense first with Drew Holiday back up there when he was point guard. It's just all about how they want to build their team around. But that's the team that we still got to deal with. I'm not feeling as confident that we can win. Like I'm also thankful that the Heat are going to be gone because the Heat stress me out enough to where I also feel like that is a problem. But they down Jimmy Butler,
of course,
and so I'm looking at this year as the prime. This is their prime opportunity to potentially make it to the NBA Finals, or at least that would make me happy. The Eastern Conference Finals, because they ain't been there in years, and they just been doing the same thing over and over.
Too much wasted talent. We all right. It's not this year. All right, Kendrick. All right, I'm rocking with your analysis, man. I really am. Chris, I'm gonna swing it to you. Just some of the takeaways from this playoff series. Some of the key things you notice about the series, and who do you have winning?
I'm sorry, Kendrick just right? I'm gonna get to him. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to him. I saw Kendrick. You gave me another reason to laugh. I'm gonna tell you why. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of 2021 all over again against the Hawks. It's slowly setting up to that, and I'm in this predicament now where I picked the Knicks to win in 6, but now I also started to think like, you know what? It would be hilarious if the Sixers came back from down 3-1 to beat the Knicks, just to be heavy favorites against the Pacers and lose. That sounds hilarious to me.
You wish there's a lot of jinxing going on around here. I don't know.
I'm gonna start with the big man himself. I know last postseason I got on Joel for not getting what he averages in the regular season in the playoffs. So I'm for most of this series, from just the condition he's playing under, he's played really well. Now, I know about last game, he was on one bad leg and he's basically gassed at this point in the series. So, he's only doing what he can. But overall he's played well in the series. Maxey has officially arrived. That I can admit. And I think it's been really fun where the past 2 games I've gotten to see a great battle between Maxey and Brunson. Them just going bucket for bucket against each other. That's been
Oh
probably
yeah,
my favorite thing to see in
yeah,
this series. It's 2
absolutely.
really good. I know the conversation was brought up about, or I had this conversation earlier about Maxey. What do you think Maxey could be the face of the NBA? And I was like, I don't think he'd ever be in those conversations.
Mm-mm.
Not because he's not great, not because
No,
he's
it's
not
not
great,
that.
because he's a great player, but it's just like I look at it like how Dame was during the 2010s. Like we all knew Dame was that guy, but when it comes to the face of the NBA, you ain't gonna put him up there with names like Steph and LeBron and KD. It just don't work like that. And
It
Maxey's
don't
gonna
work.
be and that's gonna be Maxey for the 2020s. That's all. It's not a bad thing because he's still gonna be a bucket, no doubt about it. But it's just not his league. That's all, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he has arrived, and it is nice to see somebody on the Sixers that got that dog in them. You feel me? It's nice to
That's
see
true,
that.
man.
No matter what happens, it's nice to see somebody got that dog in them.
Just watch his reaction
No, no,
at
no,
the
no.
game.
There's another player that got that dog in him. Oh yeah, he got that dog in him and on the wrong way. There's 2 of them actually. It's honestly crazy.
No, we're not gonna start there.
Why is Tobias Harris and Buddy Hield the same player? Why? Like why, bro? Why did y'all go out and get Buddy Hield and was like this? Oh yeah, he was hooping as soon as he hit the team. Where has he been this playoff
Yeah,
series?
Buddy Hill
What
has
has
been
he
a
done?
disappointment, man. He's
My
been
man
such
been
a disappointment. He's supposed to be like that, just open up spaces. Like he's
he
just
opened up he
invisible.
opened up space when he get up off his seat off the bench. Oh yeah, here you go, Joel. I got your seat warm for you.
All right, you know what? I don't like to slander no more. Listen, it's not.
Listen, man. He said
Let's bring it
it's
back to
his first
Chris.
playoff series. He's still wet behind the ear a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Sometimes
really
you
shot.
shoot
That was
you?
really
What you mean? You can't shoot no more? You don't know how to shoot?
listen,
It's your
listen, man.
it's your first
What did Jared Allen say?
playoff series and you can't shoot?
hey,
What did Jared Allen say last year? The lights was too bright. The lights was too bright. I'm sorry.
man,
It be
listen.
like that.
Bro, I need you
It
to
just
put
be
on some
like that.
sunglasses and throw them
I mean,
shots up.
Kendrick, I was a little bit surprised. I thought Buddy Hill's been to the playoffs before. That's why I was shocked when it was like, no, this is his first time. I'm like, wow, I thought he'd been in the playoffs before. I don't know why.
Um,
Man,
but just to continue on and let me finish up. This has been a very entertaining series. What I find hilarious in this series is just the fact that it's literally a battle of a top heavy team against a bunch of people that just like to fight. They're just tough. They're just about grit and grind. And Jalen Brunson is leading the charge. It's funny to think about because while Kendrick is right, the Knicks need to move from Julius Randle. The Knicks in this series would benefit from Julius Randle in the court. And I
oh
say
yeah,
that and I only say it because that gives Brunson more room to operate. Because now you can't focus all your attention on just Brunson. You got to focus on Julius Randle, who we know wouldn't show up, but it's another guy you got to be out on the lookout for. Like, okay, we got to watch him.
right.
But again, this series, I love how competitive this series has been. I'm enjoying that it's like bringing back a little rivalry because it's been a minute since we've seen a good Knicks team and a good Sixers team at the same time. I don't think I've seen it in my lifetime actually. I don't think I have. So
Yeah, damn.
901? Where the Knicks not good in 01?
I mean, I wasn't watching basketball in '01.
Yeah, I was 3 years old.
I wasn't paying attention to that. They might have been, but I wasn't paying attention to that. So, but it's fun to see the competitive spirits. And again, to me, it just again it goes back to that top heavy roster that the Sixers have. But they might have found a gem that has helped them out because Nick Nurse is playing Cameron Payne, who, in the minutes he's been given, has been producing pretty well. Not even gonna take that away from him. Tomorrow's game, I'm either going to say, okay, I'm impressed a little by the Sixers, or I'm just gonna laugh my ass off. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna laugh my ass off because I'm still staying with Knicks and 6. Because something just tells me, and I don't know what it is, but just history tells me that the Sixers are in a prime position to take momentum back to the Garden for Game 7, and somebody or the whole team, honestly, might just wet the bed, and
Man,
it's gonna be funny to watch either way. You
sound
feel
like
me?
a lot of. I don't feel you. Not at all. Not at all. Uh, I don't feel you. But that was a great analysis on that end, Chris. So I will give you your props in terms of the analysis. Can't Well, I do disagree, but only time will tell. We'll see tomorrow. With that being said, I like what you said, Chris, because I'm going to touch on what you said about Maxey not being, is he someone being the face of the league? That kind of segues into the next topic. So is Ant Edwards, just something that I just saw. It said Minnesota's Ant Edwards, he's generated more than 100 million video views across all NBA social media accounts, digital platform since the start of the NBA playoffs, second to LeBron. So Edwards finishes as the 7th most player on the NBA socials as of right now. Do you think Ant Edwards right now, is he the face? Could he be the face of the league, or is he someone who, you think he's not? No, it's not him. It's somebody else, in your opinion. I'm gonna kind of start with. I'll start with Chris first. Go ahead, Chris.
I mean, no, he's not the face of the league yet. I'm sorry,
Okay.
but until LeBron retires, it's going to be LeBron. I like we just gotta say it is what it is. It's going to be LeBron. It don't matter if he has the worst record in the league. It's going to be LeBron.
Okay.
Could he be though? Yeah, I mean, he definitely going to compete with the likes of SGA and Luka, definitely for the face of the league for the next decade or so.
Right.
What I think is really great for Ant is that we're seeing a superstar being born, and like we saw, and like we knew it was coming. Like we saw it coming. You could tell he had the right attitude. He had the right play style. He was getting better every year. But when you saw what he did, and well, I saw last year in the first round a little bit when they played the Nuggets, because even though that they lost the series, that game 4, he really said, "Give me the ball, get out of my way. I got y'all. All y'all gotta do is play defense and watch out." So you could tell that it was coming. He was on his way, and to see what he did against the Suns, albeit they're not really a good defensive team, but him really wanting to go at Kevin Durant like that every time. Literally every time he saw Durant, he said, "I'll get out my way. I want to score on him." It was incredible to see, and
it was them. Yeah.
He's slowly turned it into my favorite player. I'm not even gonna lie. He's slowly become my favorite player to watch now.
Minnesota lucked out getting this guy. They had 3 number 1 picks in the last. They had.
Because you asked.
That is also true. When you stink, you
What
got
you
better
mean?
odds.
But Minnesota had so many. With the Cavs, they had a lot of number 1 picks too. But damn.
Yeah, man. When you stink, you got chances. And
Look at
the draft
OKC after they got rid of everybody. They said, "Listen, we gonna kind of tank with."
We ain't really go through a rebuild though, because even after we traded, we still was competing. We just had 1 or 2 down.
Where are y'all competing? Where are y'all competing?
CP3 traded.
Where y'all was the OKC really competing, but for just a playoff spot?
All right. Okay. But with CP3, they were competitive. Then he left.
Yeah,
what, for a playoff spot?
Hey.
For a playoff spot? For a playoff spot.
Hey.
I just want to make sure that you were being competitive for a playoff spot.
Well, they were. OKC was the 5th. It's not like they were just. They was actually. Listen, I'm just saying. They ain't really go through a rebuild.
I mean, they went through
not
a
like
short
a complete
one.
Short one. We didn't go through a trust the process rebuild.
I mean, no, but
is it a rebuild, not a rebuild?
I mean, there were 3 years of y'all being pretty bad after Chris Paul left. I'm like, come on now. Yeah,
but just the process been longer than 3 years.
I mean, it helped that
it was still a rebuild though. Like, what do you mean?
Right,
you still a rebuild?
If that's all right, then that's fair. Then it's a rebuild. All right, short or long, doesn't matter.
You broke the team. You broke the team down to build around Shy, so it's a rebuild. It is
just like what the Sixers got to do, but that's another thing.
Go ahead, Chris.
Don't worry. After tomorrow, it'll
all right, bro. So go ahead, bro.
or Tobias gets resigned.
Yo.
Like,
I'm a personally. No, I personally know I gotta cheer for Luka Doncic for the rest of the ownership for the 76ers. I'm cheering for Luka Doncic.
If they re-sign Tobias, yeah, I don't even know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
There's no words at all.
But just to finish it off with Ant, he's that guy. And I can't wait for Saturday to see the rematch of the Nuggets and Timberwolves, because I'm hearing it a lot, and I might have to agree. Whoever wins that matchup might go to the finals. I'm sorry, it's gonna. I think it's gonna be difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it will be difficult for the Clippers, the Clippers, the Mavericks, or the Thunder to beat either of those teams. Now, and I say Thunder because yeah, they might be number one seed, but they're inexperienced. You go against you. I feel like they're going against a team like Denver. It's just the experience just going to weigh in. Like somebody going to be in over their heads. The one that has the best chance, but I don't know if they can beat them is Dallas, because Dallas got Kyrie and Luca, so they're always going to pull on the show. But at the same time, if Kyrie and Luca don't drop 40 apiece, and the role players don't do nothing, which we've seen in this series of the Clippers from time to time.
Yeah.
They vulnerable.
PJ Washington is still one of the best, just tough, man.
Best what?
Memes,
What?
stances.
No.
Wasn't Jalen Hurts doing that on the football? I'm confused. Okay, you know what?
Yeah,
you know what?
Kendrick,
Listen,
just talk about Ant. Just talk about Ant.
Is Anthony Edwards the face of the league? No. Did LeBron James retire in the time before, during, or after any of this moment? Because I just feel like as long as he's there, we're gonna look at him and be like, that's, But does he have potential? 100%. I think he's gonna be tussling it out. He's gonna be tussling it. You know what? Honestly, no. He's going to be the face of the league solely because he has the personality for it. He has that personality that can make him the face, because he can connect to the younger generation, because, young folks, you feel me? So that's why I feel like he has a strong potential versus like SGA, Luka, Wembyana. Like, those guys, they have the skill set. They have the hoop ability to be the face and be that guy, but it's just like the personality. Like I gotta be for real with you. Like, to be honest, if Jokic had more personality, they would have been grabbing that broom for LeBron and been like, shoo.
Nah.
They'd have shoot him away.
Nah. I think until Bron
What do you mean?
hangs up,
What do you mean?
until Bron retires, then
they would. I mean, it would have been a slow shoe. It'd have been like, okay,
we
now
saw
we
that
gonna
slow,
go ahead.
that
We just
slow
gonna shoo you out because we're gonna indoctrinate Nikola Jokic, because he fits all the he checks all the boxes. He's a bucket. He can literally do it all. He's doing things outrageously at that. And it's so that's why I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But he's like, I want to be with my horses. I got the horses in the back, literally. So I'm going back.
Okay.
You feel me? So that's why I feel like that there's nobody that's really in the midst of changing, because yes, he's still there, but I think nobody fits it because nobody really has that personality. However, I do think Ant is that one to have it because of his personality, and also not taking away from his hooping skills, because he's an all NBA player.
That's true.
I'm saying that because he is an all NBA player this season. I'm speaking into existence. What team? I can't say what team, but he won't be all NBA for sure.
Okay.
But will he be the face of the league? Yes. Is he the face of the league? No. But this shows, those numbers you presented earlier about social media shows that he's on the rise for it, that he has the potential with the media finally. Yeah. So he will be the face of the league one day.
One of the key things you said is personality. Like, definitely gets people really don't understand. Like, Ed's personality. Like, I could watch any. If he did a 2-hour interview, I could watch just because his personality. Like, it would entertain you for 2 hours just to hear him. So he's definitely got the personality. He's got the charisma. He's got everything you need to be the face of a young star in the future. But he's got a lot of competition, like you said, Luka. I mean, it's just crazy. It's a lot of. But the NBA is definitely in good hands, though. Definitely is in great hands. Listen, next topic. Bring it back to the playoffs. We're gonna keep it. We went from the East to the West. Now we're going back to the East. We're going back to the Bucks and Pacers. They pulled off. Patrick Beverly and Bobby Portis Jr. stepped up. They said we ain't going out yet, man. And listen, Bucks, Pacers, Dame's got an injury. Middleton, Giannis. I mean, listen. At this point, is it over? Can the Bucks push it to Game 7 and claw the win?
No,
No, not at all.
we might as well
It's
just move on.
Might as well move on,
it's
Chris.
not a no. It's not a no. It's a hell no.
Uh,
It was great. It was great. It was great to see them fight. They did what they're supposed to do. They're just like Miami. We saw Miami put up a fight one game. But no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Unless Middleton just comes out and turns to Kobe Bryant and drops 50 points next game, I don't see them. I don't see it happening.
Man, okay, all right. Listen, I can't wait for the first round to be over because man, uh, listen, all right. With the last topic of this episode, I think what I said was two first rounds. I thought was probably the most entertaining, interesting. First, I thought was the Sixers and Knicks, and then you got the Cavs. The Clips and Mavs. I almost say Cavs and Mavs. That's crazy. Clips and Mavs. Boy, this has been a hell of a series. I mean, literally, some memes came out of this. A lot of buckets exchanged. James Harden is like, wow. He's really, really playing like he's the man. He's playing like how he should have been playing with us. But Kendrick, I'm gonna swing it to you just with that. On that note, the Clips versus Mavs. First things first. What's the most entertaining aspect of this round, in your opinion? Some of the key takeaways, and what you have winning coming out this first round?
The Mavericks have them coming out winning. I have because you know what I
Yeah?
enjoy Luca put I enjoy watching Luca put belt to ass to the Los Angeles Clippers every chance he gets. Every chance he gets. I just enjoy when he puts belt to ass. That's all.
That's
I ain't. That's just that's
he
enjoyable
plays
because like
so he plays so carefree. It's just wow. I
he's
don't
like,
know.
it's personal. It's personal. And
Yeah,
I love that. That's the energy I need. I want that hate for a team because you just gotta violate them every single chance you get. And he makes sure he does that. And he hates when he doesn't. He was so there was one press conference, he was so hard on himself because he didn't play well. That's personal beef that that you're like, bro, I hate when I play bad against this crappy team that I really just want to punch on. That's all he wants to do every single time he plays the Clippers, and I love it, and I enjoy to watch it. I enjoy to see
he
it.
took accountability in one game, and he had a triple double. He said he needed help Kyrie. I'm like, dude, you had a triple double. Like, you're doing your part.
He wants to put a 50 ball on their heads every chance he gets. Every chance. He's like, I need to drop a 50 ball on him. Like, why can't I drop 50 points on him every chance I get? And that can get frustrating. However, speaking of James Harden now, it's
Playing out his mind.
it's
Gotta give him credit where credit is due, can't you? Don't do it. Don't.
do I have to? I mean,
Don't
let's
do
see.
it.
Okay,
We gotta
he
stay in
had he
present.
had 30 he had 33 last game. Game before he had 21. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Better go.
Gotta fact
Give
check
me
it.
1 second.
Look these up.
I just want to
Yeah,
make sure. Before I start. Before I
absolutely.
start
Fact
going
check it.
off.
I never thought James Harden. We talked about this in the group chat. Me and Mar. James Harden. Never saw it. Never saw it coming. Didn't think he would be playing like this. I figured Paul George would probably, play off P.
All right. He's been doing his job. I could say that. I could see he's been doing a little bit more, than what he has done in the past. But now
Nah.
now things now no hold on Chris. I wasn't done. Now
Go ahead, man.
things are getting into the thick of it. And when I mean the thick of it, this is actually the time where you see James Harden start packing up his bags and getting ready for Cancun.
Oh man.
When has a good brother James Harden had a good game, 5, 6, or 7 in his career?
Oh man.
If anybody can go and find that information for me and actually give me a game that he did that in, please. I just pray to God that it's not 10 years old. I pray to God it's not 10 years old. I pray to God it's not 10 years old.
It's not 10 years old.
Because just like how we might see the demise of the 76ers, we might be on pace to watch the demise of James Harden in the playoffs as what he usually does. You know, I have a very odd feeling that maybe in tonight's game, he might go 1 for 8 from 3. And
You
I
feel
would
like
just
that? Okay.
because it's like this is his time. This is his time. We've seen it time in and time out. We've seen it with the Rockets.
He ain't
We've
built for this
seen it.
shit.
Well, we've seen it with the Sixers. We just seen it all the time. We watched that man crumble and fold every time after 4 games in a series. If they don't listen in Harden's eyes, if I don't sweep them in 4 games, I done lost the series.
Okay, that's how you carried it.
Oh man, that was okay. You know what? I understand your pain because you witnessed it for a couple weeks. So, you know, it makes sense. You're airing your grievances. I can respect that. My take will be a little bit different from yours. So, I do agree with you. I do have the Mavericks winning. I picked them to win the series before it started. I'm gonna keep going with that.
So
I am
no Clippers
no,
at all. Y'all don't see no chance.
I don't trust the. Why would I try? Why? What gives you the right to trust the Clippers in the playoffs? Hold on. People, they had a great run in 2021 to the Western Conference Finals. They broke they broke the curse. Congratulations. What is showing you that they have what it takes? I'm sorry. I can't keep listening to the same song and dance every year. I bought into it too much already to believe it again. I did. They're supposed to face real.
Say it again, Chris.
As you know, the Clippers want to be the Clippers.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good. Y'all can hear me now.
I hear you now.
Yeah.
Got you.
All right, cool. So like I said, we saw them in the bubble be the Clippers when they was up 3-1. Then they had a night. Then they made it to the Western Conference Finals in 2021, and then what happened after that? Now Kawhi was hurt that year, which was still great, but it is the Clippers. Like sooner or later, the Clippers are going to be the Clippers. Sooner or later,
Clippers going to clip.
And I do agree. I was also surprised too to notice that the best player for the Clippers in this series is James Harden. I'm surprised to hear that because this is unlike him. I was surprised he dropped 30 last game. I was surprised he was lead scorer in game 3. It's shocking. So I feel like though that like Kendra said, this is like the perfect time for the Clippers to be the Clippers and not show up, especially on their home court in Game 5. And before anything else, I gotta give a round of applause to Kyrie Irving. That brother might have just given me the greatest slap I've ever seen in NBA history. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have never seen anybody, not even in a video game. I've never seen anybody go for 3 people like that. Jelly, do whatever he did, contort the ball and then make the shot. Why wasn't there a foul call? Let's just ask that question. Why was there not a foul called on that play? I just got to figure that out.
Sometimes when you see greatness, you get memorized and forget that you got to do your job.
That's true.
Just one of those things.
It be like that.
That is a poor ass excuse right there. I'm just gonna let you know. That is a very poor excuse.
It's a poor excuse, but when you see greatness in front of your eyes, you be a little starstruck.
Hey man,
no way he did that.
But but not just the Clippers. I got to shout out the first round because I'll be honest, it's been some competitive basketball and I'm enjoying it. Even though we just saw, a couple of series are already over. For one,
they had competitive games at times though.
Yeah, it did. Like the underrated series that people aren't talking about because the games are just so disgusting until you see the final score is the Magic and Cavs. That's a back and forth affair right there. They just keep trading wins, and it's nice to see that. The Lakers and Nuggets series was entertaining because yes, the Lakers blew leads and blew the double digit leads in every game that they lost. But
Boy.
I saw two Jamal Murray buzzer beaters in the same series. I saw games being decided by 5 points. The Knicks and Sixers. Games are decided by what? 5 points or less. The I remember this. The spread. I remember this because when I was working, we were talking about the season game, or somebody went to put a ticket in. They were looking at the spreads. I think the spread for game 4 was 5.5. And somebody says, "I'm gonna take the over." I said, "I don't know why you would take the over. You better take the under. The Knicks either gonna win the game or they're gonna lose by 1 point." And I said that. They ended up winning I love competitive basketball. It's always fun to watch competitive basketball. And
Absolutely.
I just want to shout out the whole first round because while some of the series weren't competitive, as we saw, it's still been a lot of nice basketball. Like never in my life of watching NBA basketball that I think I see 2 game winners in one night. That was insane.
That's awesome. No, for real. Like this period of NBA basketball, like each team, like is like the talent is so spread out now, and it's like, yeah, it's such a toss up. It's such a toss up. But like you
It
said,
is.
Chris, when's the last time the NBA has been this exciting? You say, Kendrick?
No, real quick, I was just saying the Celtics put belt to ass to the Miami Heat. Most likely the final score is going to be about 118 to 81. So
Yeah. So I get.
better luck next year when you have your superstar Miami Heat. We are sorry that you didn't.
The Heat really.
You hate to see it happen.
The Heat was really supposed to have Dame. That's the crazy part. They was really supposed to get him.
What you mean they were supposed to get him? Just because a player asked for something, that don't mean we gotta respect it.
Of course, but
Kawhi Leonard wanted to go to the Lakers. He sent him to Toronto. He said, "Yeah, go up north, my boy. Head up north. Pack your bags. Pack your bags, bucko."
Well, hey, he won the chip, so he ain't lose out. Fuck it. Listen, Kendrick, Chris, you want to add anything else before we wrap it up?
There wasn't the best series for Nuggets, but I can't believe I got a shout out Michael Porter Jr. That brother, for what he's going through personally, that brother has played the best NBA basketball I have ever seen that man play. He's not jacking like he was last postseason. He's driving to the basket. He's being more aggressive attacking now, and he's hitting his 3 consistently. Like the brother was shot almost 50% from 3 for the series and was averaging around 24 points.
Chris, and people forget. People think because he was the 14th pick, he was really supposed to be the number 1 pick instead of 8. He messed up his back in college, so he was supposed to be the number 1 pick. Really wasn't supposed to be 8.
Listen.
Nuggets got
I'll say
hella
this.
lucky.
I say this. MPJ without the back surgeries would be Kevin Durant right now.
That's fair. No. The way he looked coming out of high school, 6'10", and the weight, yeah, man. He was supposed to be that number 1 pick. He wasn't supposed to be 8, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a response right now to what you just said, Kendrick. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. So, I'm just let it rock. I'm gonna just let that slide. Just I don't know how to respond to it.
Think about it. Think about it. No, really think about it. Like if he didn't have those back surgeries, I'm just saying we might be talking about Michael Porter Jr. as like the second coming or something. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
He was super skilled, man. Watching him and man, super skilled.
And I gotta say this right now: the Nuggets versus Wolves series will be the best series of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Listen. Now we're gonna see a cat really bout that right now. I ain't worried about Ant. He gonna get his 30. But we're gonna see a cat really.
I'm worried about Rudy, man. He's about to get 30, and 20 dropped on him every game.
No, Rudy's gonna have to live up to the 4-time defensive player. He's gonna have to live up to that, man. He got to. He's got to. Ain't no way, man. He's got to.
Jokic gonna cook him per usual. Watch. I ain't worried about that. It's not about can the Timberwolves stop Jokic. It's about can they slow him down because he gonna get his 20 point, 20, 30 point triple doubles. It's just the fact. It's a given.
That's a given. All right.
It is.
Listen, no, I don't disagree with you. I mean, man, he better make him fight for every shot he got to take. That's all I'm saying. Sheesh. Don't just look,
And
just don't look pathetic out there. Don't just, just don't look pathetic. That's all I'm asking at this point.
and Colin, if I was you, you fake ass Thunder fan, I'm going to. You better pray every night between tonight and if there's a potential game 7 in the Dallas series, you better pray you don't face the Mavericks.
His Sacramento Kings last year, man, and now this year, you just got the Nuggets to ride on this time.
What was hilarious? But I'm glad about that. You know what was hilarious about that, Kendrick? He was more excited about the Kings making the playoffs than I was.
No,
you were more.
Listen,
no.
You guys have been a poverty-stricken
No. I've never seen you. I have never seen you talk about De'Aaron Fox like you did last year, brother. Let's just pump the brakes right there.
I talk about De'Aaron Fox all the time, bro.
When was the last time you talked about De'Aaron Fox?
Could have been 2 weeks ago.
To who? Not us. I hear you mention his name. I didn't hear you mention his name one time.
Listen, De'Aaron Fox. Don't worry. I think he's a great guard. I think next year the Kings got to do a lot of revamping. But it's just disappointing that your franchise once again, they're not back into poverty, but they should be. They're not where they're supposed to be. Let's just say that.
But
you got the Nuggets at least, right?
Brother,
Nuggets, right?
Brother.
Yo, Kendrick,
Jokic, we trust.
You making some chicken nuggets in the bag, Kendrick?
Oh no, I'm just watching y'all go at it because listen, at the end of the day,
at the end of the day, the Sixers and the Nuggets are in the same. The Sixers and the Kings in the same boat, like I've always been saying.
All right, listen. Well, with that being said, we're gonna knock off the nonsense, and we're gonna end it off.
I'm just saying. They can't. You just talked about the Kings.
You got it.
You got it.
You got it.
You just talked about the Kings in the playoff drought.
With that,
so the Kings in the playoff drought sooner than y'all could get back to the conference finals, and y'all have had a quote unquote contending team for the past 6-7 years. So it's like watching Michael Jordan, the Bulls, and the 90s. They were
okay. All right.
All right. With that being said, let's end episode 156 of the Restricted Zone podcast, man. What a hell of an episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode as much as we enjoyed recording this episode.
2001, man. I was 3 years old.
Wait.
All right, listen, folks.
All right, with that being said,
folks. We're not gonna let. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna shut it down.
Right. Thank you, Kendrick. Because I was about to start going back and forth. With that being said,
2001,
leave a like, comment, and subscribe, please. Definitely check us out on all streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify. We're on there. The best part about it is free. You don't got to pay anything. Just share it out. Anyone who's a sports fan who loves sports, who loves basketball, just share it out with them. We want all the feedback, good or bad. A good or bad.
All right. Good night, folks. Good night, folks. Good night, folks. Good night, folks.
Have a good night. Enjoy the episode. Have a good laugh with this episode.
Lee, you so crazy.